In the heart of the savanna, nestled between the golden grasses and the whispering river, lay the village of Uzuri. For 40 seasons, it had been blessed under the rule of King Jabari, whose name meant the brave one. But his greatest strength was not his bravery in battle, it was his wisdom. King Jabari did not just rule from his high stool, he walked among his people. He settled disputes between farmers and herders, ensured the harvest was shared fairly, and it was said he could even understand the language of the wind and the ancient Baobab tree that stood at the village center. Every evening, he would sit beneath the Baobab, its branches like roots reaching for the sky, and simply listen. The villagers believed the tree whispered the secrets of the land to him, guiding his judgments. Under his rule, Uzuri knew peace, and its granaries were always full. King Jabari, however, was growing old. His once strong back was now bent, and his steps were slow. This decline did not sadden everyone. 3 of his chiefs, Kofi, the warrior, Bello, the keeper of the granaries, and Mensa, the ritual priest, began to gather in the dark, away from the light of the cooking fires. His wisdom has made him weak, grumbled Kofi, clenching his fist. He negotiates with our enemies when we should crush them. My warriors grow restless. Bello nodded, his eyes gleaming with greed. He gives away our grain to the lazy and the old. We could be rich from trade, but he insists on sharing. Mensa, the most cunning of the 3, stirred the pot of malice. The people say the Baobab tree speaks to him. What if it speaks of us? What if he knows our ambitions? He must name an heir soon. We have served him for years, yet he treats us no differently than the lowliest farmer. A conspiracy was born in those shadows, not from a desire to lead, but from a poison brew of greed, pride, and fear. One morning, King Jabari called the entire village to the foot of the great Baobab. His voice, though frail, carried the weight of his years. My people, he began, the reigns of my life are coming to an end. It is time to name the one who will sit upon this stool after I am gone. The 3 evil chiefs straightened up, each hoping the king would see his loyalty. But the king's next word sent a chill down their spines. I have listened to the wind and the wisdom of this ancient tree, said Jabari. The next king will not be a warrior, nor a rich man, nor a priest. The next king shall be the one who can spend a full night alone inside the sacred cave on the mountain, with only a single god of water. Not the bravest, but the one with the purest heart and the strongest spirit, shall rule Uzuri. The village murmured in surprise. The chiefs were furious. The king had not chosen any of them, and this test was one they could not control. That night, the 3 chiefs went to the king's hut. They found him sitting quietly, preparing for his own final journey to the ancestors. Great king, said Mensa, bowing low. We have come to thank you for your wisdom. To honor you, we have brought you a special brew, made with rare herbs from the deepest forest. It will give you strength for the days to come. King Jabari looked at the 3 men. His old, wise eyes saw the light hiding behind their smiling faces. He saw the fear in their hearts and the darkness in their souls. But he also knew that to refuse would only hasten a violent conflict that would tear the village apart. He saw his fate, and he accepted it with the dignity of a king who loved his people more than his own life. He took the gourd from Mensa. I thank you for your loyalty, he said, his voice steady. He drank the poisoned brew deeply. The next morning, the village was woken by a terrible sound, a deep, groaning crack. They rushed from their huts to find the unthinkable. The great Baobab tree, the symbol of their village and their king's wisdom, had split cleanly down the middle. Its mighty trunk was torn open, as if in agony. And in his hut, the wise King Jabari was found, peaceful in his final sleep. The 3 chiefs pretended to mourn, but their eyes shone with triumph. With the king and his symbolic tree gone, they believed the path to power was clear. They immediately began to argue amongst themselves, each claiming the right to rule. But a strange thing began to happen. From the split trunk of the fallen Baobab, 100 new, green shoots sprouted, reaching for the sun. They grew at an impossible speed, tangling together, stronger than the single tree had ever been. And the village of Uzuri, remembering the king's test, turned away from the squabbling chiefs. They chose a young, humble farmer, known for her kindness and patience, who had passed the night in the sacred cave not with bravery, but with a quiet and steadfast heart. As for the three evil chiefs, Kofi, Bello, and Mensa, they were never trusted again. Their words were like ash in the wind. They lived out their days in the outskirts of the village, shunned by all, forever haunted by the memory of the good king they had betrayed and the tree that refused to die.